I am not a reviewer. I am just a silly little retard with way too much free time, a decent but cheap microphone, and a big mouth. But I'd seen the conversation around Atomfall, seen what people have been saying about it, seen some of the pre-release hype, and I just felt like I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So, let me just start with it is not like Fallout. Now, I know that I'm a little bit behind the curve with this. The game's already come out, for God's sake. But I have played it quite a bit now, and I wanted to have a bit of a chat about it. The more I've played of it, the more it's become a very interesting game. And all right, let me stream of consciousness thought kind of going on here. So I'm just gonna go. A lot of the pre-release hype for Atomfall was all about, like I alluded to, oh, it's the next Fallout. The Sniper Elite guys are making a Fallout-esque game, and it's set in 60s England. In the rural countryside. The Lake District, actually. I just actually, didn't I? When I played it on stream, we did actually have a good time, even in spite of my own not brilliant gaming moments coming to light. Oh, hello. Ow. Oh, okay. No. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. It's yours. It's your home. Okay. Let's do an experiment. Now I'm gonna go back in here. Let's see if that guy is running around still. I'm very forgiving. Like, I died and it basically just was like, oh my Jesus fucking... I was not expecting that. Oh no, don't get... No! I can't get out. Oh no, guys, I think I might have... Oh no. It keeps... Oh, can I wait. If I reload last checkpoint... Oh, fuck. But even so, while I was playing it on stream, you just feel it. It wasn't quite right. But I could tell there was a good game there. Like, the gameplay itself was good. The gameplay itself felt nice. It felt fun. But it wasn't... I don't know. It was hard to explain. It just wasn't quite there. So, once I was finished with the stream, I kind of committed to the idea of I might come back to it on stream, but I wasn't really wanting to do that. I wanted to get into it off stream. And so that's what I've done since then. Got into it off stream, into the nitty gritty of Atomfall. And once I did start playing it off stream, something pretty weird happened. I started playing it, and it clicked. It clicked. I was having fun. But then it unclicked. And then it kind of clicked. But then it wasn't really clicked. This isn't making any sense, is it? I think the best way that I can approach Atomfall and my own weird feelings on it is to just go at it from the start of my thoughts. The reason I'm so hell-bent and intent on saying that it's not a Fallout-like game is because I kind of made the mistake myself going into it. If you go back and watch the stream, you will notice that I'm sort of approaching it like it is a massive, expansive, open-world Fallout-like game where you're going to be spending 80, 100 hours just roaming this vast landscape. That is not Atomfall. Atomfall's locations are much more compact. There is a lot of things going on, but it's a lot smaller. Honestly, I kind of do like that more than just a barren wasteland, but it depends on the game. But Atomfall is not the kind of game where you're going to be spending 80, 100 hours just roaming around forever. But when I started, I was approaching it that way. I don't think that was the right way to start. I really don't. Rebellion themselves have said this game is somewhat experimental. And you can feel that. I mean, you quite literally start the game and you just manifest in this room. You have no idea who you are. You have no idea why you're there. And this is going to be a me thing. This is definitely a me thing. But I can imagine some of you also feel this way. I struggle to get into games when I don't have any clue who I'm meant to be or why I'm there. So the game starts you off, as I say, you have no idea who you are, and it's just immediately with, you've got to solve this mystery. There's this thing called the interchange, and you better get interested in the interchange because everyone's going to be mentioning it and everybody wants you to try and solve what this is. And at the very least, you need to be thinking about it in the sense of, I need to go there to figure out what's going on. The problem is, because I do struggle to get into games where I have no basis for the character whatsoever, I just kind of didn't really care. I mean, even something like Skyrim, for example, where you are playing as a no-name character and you can make the character whoever you want to be, there is some context. You create like a little mini backstory for yourself, sort of, by determining your race and where you're from. And when you're coming in, you are a prisoner. So you've already got a little bit of context for your character now. You could go wherever the hell you want from that. But most games at least have a little bit of context to ground you into the world at the start. Atomfall does not do that. I accept that because I've not finished the game, I could be missing a key part of it. It might all make sense by the end, but I'm just talking about the way that the game made me feel. Like at the start, in the early parts of it, I struggled to really connect with it. There was a disconnect there. But again, going back to Rebellion saying it's experimental, the quests you can really tell. Again, it's not like Fallout, where in a Fallout game you will have your main quests that are very, very obvious. You don't really have that in Atomfall. You get these leads, you follow notes, and it's up to you to figure out where things are, what you need to follow, what is relevant, what you can maybe leave if you don't need to worry about it or don't want to worry about it. That, I think, is going to annoy some people. In fact, the way that this game is designed, I think some people are going to bounce off this game harder than flubber off a basketball court. Absolutely. It is going to turn some people off at the start. One thing I do like about this game a lot is that you can kind of customize the difficulty to what you want. There are absolutely things missing in the settings, but you can customize what you want in terms of difficulty at the very least. I wish there was actually the ability to customize the HUD more, because there really isn't. But it's not a massive issue. But I think your mileage with how much you actually get into it is going to vary. And I think, I could be wrong about this, I could be really wrong, but I think for a lot of people, whether you enjoy the game or not is really going to come down to the fact that, do you care about the investigation? Do you care about the mystery? Because the game doesn't hold your hand. You start, like I say, you manifest in this room, and now people are saying to you, you've got to care about this. For me, I didn't care about it. The gameplay, though, kept me playing. And I loved the location. I loved the idea of roaming around in a mid-1900s England. Like all of the dialogue, all of the little accents and the verbiage, it was just great. I absolutely adored all that. And there is definitely a good level of intrigue. I just kind of wish they had gone just a little bit more at the start into giving you a bit more grounding, so that when you start the world, you're like, okay, I might not know why I'm here, but I at least have a semblance of a clue as to who I have been in this world. Because a lot of people have likened the game to Stalker 2. And I don't know if that's truly accurate or not. I've not played a lot of Stalker 2, but even Stalker 2 gives you some grounding when you start. You know why you're in the zone. You know sort of who you are. And I get it. Like, for some people who are going to be like, you're an idiot. The whole point of it is that you become who you want to be. You roleplay as the character you want to be in your mind. I get that. That's why I'm saying it won't be a problem for some people. But for others, like myself, I do like a bit of a character to sort of get my teeth into. When I'm playing something like The Witcher, I want to roleplay as Geralt. When I'm playing as Mass Effect, I want to roleplay Shepard. I'm not roleplaying as me playing as Geralt or Shepard. I am Geralt. I am Shepard in my head. So the decisions that I make, I base them on what my impression of the character is. That's not something you can do in Atomfall, which again is fine. But I'm just trying to explain why it is that I've had this sort of flip-floppy situation with it. I've liked parts of it. I haven't liked parts of it. I keep thinking it's clicking and then it's not clicking. It's a very, very weird one. And like I said, I thought it was because I was streaming it at first, but the more I've played it offline, the more it stayed that way. And the worst part about it, I think, is that I find myself wanting to like it. I find myself sitting, playing it, going, oh, come on, click. I really want this to just work. And it's annoying because it's not. And I don't know if that is just me being very, very silly. But I just think people need to be aware of what they're getting in for when they come into this game. You are not going to be getting your handheld. You're not going to be pointed towards all of the items that you need to find. When the game is like, hey, this item, you need to find it. When a character says to you, can you find this for me, please? The game's not going to tell you where it is with a little waypoint. You're going to have to go find it. And that's going to be great for some people, and other people it's going to infuriate them. I like the exploration. I actually think it's really... I think it's really good. Because what it does is it forces you, as the player, to actually take in the environment. It forces you to take in the world and feel like you're more in it. And that's why I just wish I had a bit more of a character to bite into, because if I had that, I think I would have truly got myself into this world. But I'm not saying it's a bad game. Atomfall is a damn good game. There is one of my mods on Twitch who calls the game trash. He's probably going to be in the comments. Ignore him. But if you're thinking about getting Atomfall, I'm not going to spoil it because I think this is a game where the less you know going in, the better. Abso-goddamn-lutely. So I'm going to end this here. I'm not going to try and talk about the quests or what's going on in the game. I just really wanted a little ramble about my weird sort of feelings towards the game so far, because I feel like I'm liking the game but not quite liking it at the same time. But I'm going to carry on playing it, so I guess it's doing something right.